Okay, welcome in one and all. I'm now going to be reviewing all of Monday's action of the NHL. There were 6 games on tap, and we'll get right into it. So, starting with the Seattle Kraken, who went into Montreal to take on Les Canadiens. The final score on this one would be 4-2 in favor of Montreal, finally getting back into the win column. Sean Monahan will kick things off in the first, just 4 minutes and 3 seconds into that frame. An even strength goal from Josh Anderson and Jake Evans. In the second, Pearson would get his 4th goal of the season, 3 minutes and 12 seconds into that frame, assisted by Gallagher and Dvorak. Monahan would then get a power play goal, his second of the game, his 8th of the season, from Nick Suzuki and Cole Caulfield, and that goal would happen with 13 minutes and 2 seconds to go in the frame. Jake McCann would finally get the Kraken on the board, getting his 12th goal of the season from Vince Dunn and Adam Larson, and that goal happened with 5 minutes and 55 seconds to go in the frame. So it's 3-1 in favor of Montreal heading into the third. Vince Dunn would decrease the lead to 3-2 with 4 minutes and 49 seconds into that third period, getting his 4th goal of the season from Tolvanen and Beniers. That was a power play goal, and it would take until the end of the game, but Josh Anderson finally scored his first goal of the year, an empty net goal with 32 seconds remaining. So finally got the monkey off his back. Wow. There was a lot of scrutiny with him not being able to score. He had a lot of chances in almost every game he played. He either had a breakaway or he had a very good chance to score, but he just could not find the back of the net. So, yeah, there wasn't a goalie in the net, but still, a goal's a goal, and I'm sure he'll take it either way. All right. Next matchup is a Battle of Pennsylvania. I believe these two teams played on Friday or Saturday, so they went right back at it again on Sunday. So the Pittsburgh Penguins, they went in to Philadelphia to take on the Flyers. Now the Flyers went into Pittsburgh's barn, got a huge away win. I figured that, Pittsburgh wanted to have a little bit of revenge, but they were not able to do it. 2-1 would be the final score on this one. In the first, Sidney Crosby would get his 15th goal of the season with 46 seconds to go from Gensel and Rust, an even strength goal at that. In the second period, Forster would get his 5th goal of the season for them, 9 minutes and 46 seconds into that frame, assisted by Konechny and Ristolainen. It would go until overtime, and with 1 minute and 5 seconds still to go, Sean Couturier would put the puck in the back of the net, his 6th goal of the season, assisted by Konechny and Sanheim. With the victory, the Flyers have now improved to 13-10-2. And with the loss, the Penguins, they're right around that 500 mark, 11-10-3 is where they stand at the end of this match. So back-to-back losses is tough, but when you lose it to your provincial rival, I'm sure it's even more tougher. The next matchup takes place in Tampa Bay, where both these teams just played a night or so before, and it was one-sided to say the least. So the Lightning, they were playing host to the Dallas Stars. Now the Stars got a huge victory against the Lightning. 8-1 was the final score. This is the last time they played. The Lightning finally, smartened up a little bit and actually posted a shutout. 4-0 would be the final score in their revenge game, to say the least. Kucherov would kick things off in the first, getting his 16th goal of the season from Sergachev and Stamkos. Cirelli would then pot his 4th goal of the season with 1 minute and 39 seconds to go in the frame, assisted by Cernak and Kucherov. There were no goals to report in the second. You have to jump all the way to the third, where Luke Glendening would get his 4th goal of the season, just 3 minutes and 5 seconds into the frame. And then Cirelli would then get his 5th goal, his second of the game. There were no assists on either of those scores. And that goal happened with 7 minutes and 48 seconds to go in the game. So with the victory, the Lightning, again, just like Pittsburgh, they're right around that 500 mark, 11-10-5. And despite the loss, the the Stars are still 8 games above 500, 14-6-3. All right, the next matchup takes place in Winnipeg, where we have the host team in the Jets, and they're taking on the Carolina Hurricanes. So we'll have those teams' logos on the screen momentarily. So the final score on this one would be a low-scoring affair, to say the least. 2-1 would be the final in this one. We'll take a look at the goal-scoring summary. So in the first, Kyle Connor will kick things off with just over 3 minutes to go in that period. His 15th of the season from Ehlers and Scheifele. Ehlers would then get his 7th goal of the season in the second period, an even strength goal from Scheifele and Connor. So all those guys got 2 points out of 2 goals. And that goal happened 11 minutes and 39 seconds into that frame. And then with 51 seconds to go, Nietzsche would finally get the Hurricanes on the board. But unfortunately, they were not able to score in the third. On his goal, Noesen and Chatfield assisted on that play. So with the victory, the Winnipeg Jets are sitting at 14-8-2. And despite the loss, the Hurricanes are still second in that Metropolitan Division, 14-9-1. All right, 2 more games to cover. Take a look and see who else played. I believe the next game takes place in Arizona. We have the Coyotes, who are actually off to a pretty decent start. Maybe a lot of people expected them to be this well. I didn't think they would be, but again, I always have a habit of biting my tongue whenever I open my mouth. So the final score on this one would be 6-0 in favor of Arizona, getting a shutout against Ovechkin and company. Cooley would kick things off in the first, getting his 3rd goal this season from Keller and Durzi, a power play goal, 8 minutes and 46 seconds into the frame. And then roughly a minute and 20 seconds after that, Carcone would double up the lead to 2-0, getting his 12th goal this season from Brown and Zucker. And 4 minutes after Carcone scored, Schmaltz would add another goal, getting his 8th of the season from Keller and Kerfoot, a power play goal at that. Schmaltz would then not his 2nd goal of the game, his 9th of the season from Keller and Kesserling, with 2 minutes and 47 seconds to go in the period. And Zucker would make it 5-0 with a minute 21 seconds to go in that period, his 5th of the season, assisted by Kerfoot. So it's 5-0 heading into the second period. And just the lone goal to report in the second, and that is actually a short-handed goal. Nick Bustad would get his 6th goal of the year from Kerfoot and Moser. So 3 minutes and 6 seconds were remaining on that period. There were no goals to report in the third, so 6-0 is where we sit at the final buzzer. With that, the Arizona Coyotes have improved to 13-9-2, and despite the loss, the Capitals are still 4 games above 500, 12-8-2. All right, the last game takes place in Vegas, where we have the Golden Knights, and they were taking on the St. Louis Blues. So I'll just get the teams on your screen, and I'll take a look at the goal scoring summary from that game. Okay, so you should see the team's logos on your screen. The Blues will get a big away win. 2-1 would be the final score. Torpachenko would kick things off in the first, just 21 seconds remaining in that frame. His 5th goal of the season from Parayko and Sundqvist. There were no goals to report in the second. We have to jump all the way ahead to the third. Eichel would tie things up, getting his 11th goal of the season with 7 minutes and 2 seconds to go in the period. Assisted by Pietrangelo and Marchessault. And then in overtime, Buchnevich would get the game-winning goal 38 seconds into that frame, assisted by Thomas and Parayko. So with the victory, the Blues are now 13-10-1, and despite the loss, Vegas is still sitting atop of that Pacific Division, 16-5-5. So that should take care of my recap of Monday night's action. I will have a video uploaded tomorrow of Tuesday's action of the NHL. As always, I do videos like this on the daily. If you're new to this channel, please feel free to hit the sub button. Why not? It's free. I'd be very grateful and very appreciative if that was possible. All right, guys. Until next time, take care.